Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to reveal my shocking September price prediction. And to be clear, this is the price level I expect Zebec to close the month at, right? Now, before I get into this video, I want to make it clear to all of you, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. So always make sure to do your own independent research. Now, with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Now, we've had an interesting past few weeks. I think it's safe to say that so far, Zebec is having a fantastic year, outperforming other altcoins in the market. This cannot be denied. If you're currently frustrated with Zebec's price prediction, you probably entered at the end of May or the middle of June, etc. Right? But apart from that, if you entered at the start of the year, you're in profit. If you entered when we gave out some of these free buy signals at the low in July, you are also in profit. And if you missed out on that, it means you're not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you subscribe so you do not miss out on another important Zebec update. Subscribed? Perfect. Let's continue with the video. Now, overall, like I said, we've had a great year. However, we've seen a slowdown in momentum since that July rally that we just experienced. So far this August, we've seen price pretty much range and stagnate. So the question is, what happens next? Now, we believe from our own personal analysis that we will see a rally to wrap up the end of August. And I think this will extend into September, right? It's already been announced, or there's experts, quote unquote, are stating that there's a 98% chance we see the Fed cut interest rates in September. Now, a lot of investors and traders are preparing for this by buying up the market now, expecting the market to pump, and then obviously riding the wave. Now, we believe that we will see an upside move heading into September. And that's why I actually think that we will see Zebec starting to make its way to the upside again. So we're actually expecting Zebec to create a new yearly high. So we should see Zebec break above 0.00749991. Now, to see a move like this, if I'm honest, let's just assume, and again we're going to be pessimistic here, and let's just say we see a rally for the next one to 3 weeks, right? It could extend into October, but we're just going to use that analysis for now. Well, that would imply if we see a similar move to what we saw in July, then we could potentially see a Zebec go up around 200% or so, right? So from where we currently are now, that would be in fact, let's just do the exact same move. That would be a 193 percentage point move, which would bring us to 0.0130542, right? And of course, past performance is no indicator of future success, but to map out a predicted price, all we have to do is look at our most recent pump in July and assume that we could see a move similar to that. Not only this, if we see a very bullish case scenario, and let's say we see a very big rally, right? The altcoin season rally that everybody's anticipating, right? And let's say we see a move like we saw in April, well, then who knows? We could see an 8x, right? 800 percentage point gain from where we currently are now. But again, we're going to be pessimistic here, and we're only going to say 400%, right? Let's just say 400% move. That will bring us to 0.02262220, right? So we've got a potential of a 193 percentage point move and a 400 percentage point move from where we currently are now. So without all that being said, let's assume we could hit one or two of these targets within the next few weeks. That's great. But this is what everybody forgets. And if you made it this far in the video, you're about to get a real gem and hopefully saves you a ton of money and stops you from getting wrecked. Now, although these targets could be hit, we may not end September like this. So let's say we see a rally towards this first target within the next 2 weeks, right? Big market pump, everybody's excited. But then the market could sell off in the middle of September, or the first week of September, and we can see price go all the way down. Same with target 2. If we rally to our target 2, we could see the same thing and see a major sell-off. Now, our objective is to make sure we don't get caught out by that sell-off, because our strategy, and I've outlined this before if you're subscribed, I said our strategy is to ride the wave of Zebec. So we're going to capture the upside move. Then we're planning to take profit on our Zebec before the market crashes, wait for price to crash. When we believe price has bottomed out, we will be looking to buy back in. And for anybody that's interested in a full strategy, what we do, you could join my free Telegram group below. The link is in my description. Just make sure you have the Telegram app downloaded. Otherwise, the link will not work. Once again, this is just deeper analysis and updates on products like Zebec and more. Again, free link in my Telegram, free access to that Telegram link in my description. Now let's continue with the video. Now that's our strategy, right? We do not want to get caught out by the sell-off. Now, if that's the case, well, we have to then look for an exit. Now, first target, if the first target is hit, because remember, the point in this video is for me to walk you through my end of September price prediction. Now, let's just assume peak price for September is only 0.0130305. Now, if we hit this target, I think we will end up closing September around 0.0074191. So in fact, and let me walk you through the reason why, because I don't want anybody to get confused there. We saw a 66% sell-off on that first major pullback in May, right? Now, I don't think Zebec's going to suffer a really big pullback when the market sells off. I actually think it's going to be fairly modest. From my analysis, the max pullback I have is about 50%, not 60%, which means we could see Zebec end September around 0.0006429, and that would bring, let me just put X there just so you can all see that. And I'm going to delete this just so it doesn't get confusing for all of you watching this. 2 seconds. There we go. And let me delete this just so you can all see. So that's our first target, right? So if we hit that first target of 193%, we think we could hit 0.01322. And then we could see a sell-off all the way back down to 0.00710, around that region, or 69, right? Around that region, right? Which is a 50% sell-off once that price target is hit. The second target, which is a big one, and I'm sure everybody wants this to happen, right, would be a downside move. Again, 50%. It could be less because it could be less, but we're going to use 50%. We think we will see a September close around 0.0112924. So we have two closing prices. And again, if you made it this far in the video, you're about to get more gems, right? So again, well done for making it this far. But here are the real gems. And I'm going to exit this just so you can all see. And I'm going to delete some of this stuff just so it doesn't get confusing for all of you watching this, right? So let me delete that. So, to be clear, first major move, potential 193%. That's great. Our job is to make sure we can cash out around this region. How are we going to be able to predict that? Well, we have macro indicators that we use. Again, once you're a part of the free Telegram group, you're going to get more in-depth analysis on this. So again, join that. But we'll use our macro data to try and time the pullback. Once that pullback happens, we think price will close September around, again, let's be precise here, and you can write this down if you want, 0.0069211, right? And as you can see, if you just hold on from our current price area, you only make 55%, whereas if you can cash out at the peak, guess what? You can make potentially around that 198% percentage point gain. Second target, if we rally 400%, which is a very bull case scenario, short term, I still think we close September around 0.00112523. Now, here's the good news for all of you watching this. It basically means everybody watching this right now that has a position in at these lows has the potential to be a winner no matter what happens, right? So even if you don't cash out, well, guess what? Price, worst case scenario, could potentially head back to your entry point. So for example, if we do see, a 70% crash, well, again, you're going to wipe out your profits, but you're going to be around the break even mark. Same thing here. If we do see that 400 percentage point move and price pulls back 70%, well, the good news is everybody's still pretty much in profit or around the break even mark. So really, it's kind of a win-win scenario for everybody in the community at the moment. And as I stated from the start, for me personally, Zebec is a long-term project. So I personally will be holding this for the next 2 to 5 years. 2 to 4 years. I might hold it for another cycle, just so I can really maximize the potential in this project, because I do believe it has the potential to be an XRP, a hedera, right? Even an XLM, one of those type of coins. So we'll see how this plays out. This is my September price prediction, and to be clear, yes, I'm expecting a nice pump, but I am expecting a sell-off, and we all need to be prepared for that. Again, if you want more in-depth analysis, join my free Telegram group, link in my description, but make sure you subscribe so I can provide you all with more Zebec updates. Until the next update, guys, seize the day.